In December 2019, Patrick arrived in Cockington in the pouring rain, and we let him explore the yard and really get used to his surroundings and munch some hay, and yeah, he settled in really quickly. This was Naomi practicing her whistling and Patrick the pony's first walk in Cockington. Naomi took him bug hunting.
Morning, Patrick. Oh, you're just so cute, aren't you? You're gonna say hello to everybody. Oh, aren't you a very cute boy? He's just out at the moment, just exploring the yard. Smile. Oh, Patrick. Hmm? What are we going to have today, Patrick? Are we going to have a Guinness? Or the Murphys? What do you think we should have today in the drum-in? Yeah? It's not actually nice and quiet in the drum today. So we're just having a chilled time with Patrick. As you can see, he's just snuggled up on my lap there. Just chilling. He's enjoying the drum. Yeah. And you're after my water bottle, aren't you? Yeah? 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 No. I love you too.
Oh yeah, I love the fireplace.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Patrick! Oh, smile. Smile. That's nice.
You want me to do it again? That's it. That's it.
Really digging that up, aren't they?
What if I hit it with a slate?
Digging a big hole, aren't they? You better say goodbye. Say goodbye, workman.
Patrick instantly got on with all the horses when we first got him. beautiful manners, very respectful, but he particularly formed a really lovely relationship with Cowboy. They just got on instantly and became best friends. And they'll happily share a hay net together. They'll share food, and really respect each other's space, and very kind to each other. There's a big height difference. So Cowboy is an Irish cob. He is 15'2", whereas Patrick is a miniature Shetland pony, and he's only 7 hands high, so he's a lot smaller. But they're just so adorable together, and yeah, just really beautiful. So this beautiful photo is of Cowboy in his previous home, when he used to operate as a pair. And then I think it was around about 2016, he came to join us in Cockington, when at the time we were operating a horse and carriage company, where we used to do tour rides through Cockington village, and we used to go near the seafront so people got beautiful views of the sea. We also did weddings, and we also operated different themed rides like unicorn rides, and we used to get the yard all decorated for Halloween and put a smoke machine and a clown and lots of different spooky things, just to give everybody something to look at and come and see when they came to visit Cockington, just to get into the whole mood of things. Yeah, and we used to do spooky Halloween rides with the skeletons, which was always really great fun and was always really popular. And then at Christmas time, we used to do Father Christmas rides and get the carriage all decorated, which was always really great. So we used to love going to Torquay Christmas Carnival, and we would get the carriage all decorated and Father Christmas on the quad bike, and it was fantastic advertising for Cockington Court with big banners, and we handed out hundreds of leaflets about different events that were going on in Cockington. And yeah, it was a really fantastic time. We also loved organising a lot of other events in Cockington. Animal Remembrance Day was always really special, and hundreds of people came, which was wonderful. And we marched down the driveway with hundreds of people following the carriage. And we presented a cheque that had been raised for animal charities. And we also did Blessing of the Carriage Horses, which was also another lovely event. So behind the scenes, we had a lot of challenges. Sheep kept being put into these summer fields, and they turned up the grass and became really muddy, and we had to end up buying in loads of hay and extra feed and nutrition, so the horses were getting everything they needed. The stress and strain of everything really had an impact on Kirk's health, and he ended up in hospital. He had an operation, and it took him some time to recover. So I was busy behind the scenes, mucking out stables with the children and looking after the horses and children while Kirk recovered. So that was a really challenging time for our family. The winter fields were horrific, low barbed wire, which was really dangerous for the horses. You can't rely on electric tape because it can fail. So we put out a petition, hundreds of people signed it, but unfortunately no other grazing was offered by the trust. So unfortunately we had to close the business down, and it was a really, really difficult time. We had to sell horses, we had to sell all our equipment, and it had a massive impact on our whole family, and it was awful, and it was the end of an era. So we then received these messages from a member of the public. These were received when we were still operating the horse and carriage, and Cockington Court official Facebook page had been telling members of the public we were not operating for 3 years, which was awful because we worked really hard as a family and we won TripAdvisor awards, which is really hard to do for just two people operating a business. So the financial impact that could have had on us, we had children to feed, we had rent to pay, we had horses to feed, and this really hurt. After moving the horses out of Cockington, we had to find new grazing land, so we moved them to a place near Dartmoor, which was lovely. It was brilliant grazing and the horses settled perfectly, so that was really lovely, and it took a lot of pressure off us during a very, very stressful time. So after closing the horse and carriage company down, we had to rebuild our lives and refocus, and we ended up taking Patrick to a lot of mental health wards and hospitals and bringing comfort to other people going through difficult times, and that really helped our mental health as well. So there was a change of circumstance regarding our grazing, change in ownership, so we ended up back in Cockington. The only private field we could find was in Cockington, which was amazing actually, but we weren't going to start doing carriage rides again as we'd sold all the equipment, but we were focusing on carrying on with our community work and helping others with mental health.